Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you a very interesting game between Dmitrij Kollars and Marin Bosiocic. This game was played at European 10 Team Championship, Germany versus Croatia, and with this win actually Germany became the European Team Champion. So let's quickly jump into the game. So Dmitrij started with e4, we have c6, which is Caro-Kann defense, now d4, d5, and we have e5, which is so-called advanced variation in Caro-Kann. Here c5 can be played. This is so-called Botvinnik guards defense, but the main move is this bishop to f5. And here in this position the main move is knight f3, and after e6 bishop to e2, which is so-called short variation. But Dmitrij goes for h4, which is quite an aggressive move and so-called Tal variation. So h5, yes, the idea for white was that he wants to push h5. So bishop d3, takes, and here black has to play e6. Otherwise, if black plays some random move, then e6 is quite crushing for black because of knight f3, and knight is jumping here also, queen check. This is horrible position and totally lost for black. So this is quite common. Bishop to e6. Now knight f3. Actually here the main move is bishop g5, and let's say after queen b6 attacking this pawn, knight d2 can be played, and if black takes here, actually this is bad because after rook b1 queen takes another pawn and the rook enters the 7th rank, and white is better in this position. But knight f3 was played. Now knight e7, just developing a knight. Bishop g5, so we pin a knight. Queen b6, knight b2. Again, notice that black cannot take here because of rook b1. And again, we have the similar sequence of moves. But actually in this position, knight f5 was played. So attacking this pawn, but also knight is great here. So castle, queen a6, and actually, yeah, if white takes here, then this is preferable for black. Of course, knight enters the game for free. So in this position, c4 was played. Now bishop b4. Actually, this is all theory, and in this position, we can play b3. But rook f to c1 was played, so this is well known for Dmitrij apparently. Now takes, and knight takes the bishop, so this was a novelty. I found one game in the database. Queen takes, dc4 and b3. This is game between Aradhaya and Hesham in from 2022. But Dmitrij goes for this novelty. Knight d7, queen c3. So putting queen on this beautiful file. c5 was played, and as you can see, for this c5 move, Marin spent quite a lot of time, almost half an hour. So c5, d5, and yes, and this was the point. This is very good idea to play d4, and white has these double pawns, and black has this good pawn on d4. So queen to c2, now f6, trying to chase away this bishop. And here bishop to f4 was played. Notice that if we take a pawn, then after gf6, bishop f4, rook g8, and white is actually in some trouble. So bishop f4 is the best move. Now knight takes h4, rook e1, trying to take here and pressure the king on e-file. So actually in this position f5 was played. The best move would be just to play queen to c6, and if white takes, then just, of course, this is a checkmate, yes. So that was the point, but f5 wasn't that good move, because now bishop g5 is the best move, knight g6, and knight to b3 was played by Dmitrij. Actually here Stockfish prefers to play like before, and after queen a3, attacking this pawn, we can just play knight b3, and if black takes the pawn, now we take on d4, king f7, trying to protect this pawn, but now again rook a to b1 is very strong, and rook is entering here, and black is hopeless. But knight to b3 was played. Not the best move, but white has still advantage. So in this position, rook to c8 is the main move, but Marin played h4, which wasn't that good move. Also, just castling would be good. And after h4, knight takes d4, h3, and here again b4 would be the best move, but Dmitrij goes for c6. Now knight d to f sorry, knight d to f8 was played. Queen to b3. Now take the pawn, and now we take on h3. And in this position, Marin played c5, which wasn't that good move. Here queen b6 is still good move, trying to exchange a queen, and if white declines, now c5, knight b5, king f7, check, and king g8. Although white is still better, but it's not that decisive. But after c5, knight b5, king f7, and in this position just a rook to d1 has to be played, but Dmitrij goes for queen to f3. Of course, the idea is to attack rook, but now just simple rook to b8, and everything is still fine. Also notice, let's say, a rook here is not that good because of knight d6 and picking up a rook. So rook b8, king goes to h2, protect the pawn, king g8, b3, protecting this pawn, and here knight to d7 was a blunder. Better would be just to go for knight to h7, attacking this bishop, and now bishop has to return, and now just put rook here on d8, and black is still fine. But after knight to d7, Dmitrij goes for queen to g3, now f4, now just bishop takes, rook f8, yes, we attack bishop, but now Dmitrij made a slight mistake with, quite big mistake with bishop to g5, and we will see why this was a mistake. But let's firstly just consider this line, why just not taking here on g6, rook f4, knight c7, queen c6, maybe black was afraid of some these checks, but actually now we can take a pawn, takes, and after rook to f2, we just play king to g3, and black is hopeless. And after bishop g5, Marin played counter blunder. He took on the e5. Here the best move is actually to play queen c6, and the big threat is rook to f3 and picking up also this pawn. So f4 has to be played, but now there's very hard move to spot. We take here the pawn. So if we take here, now rook f3 enters. So what happens if we take with a rook? Then it's even worse, because again rook to f3. But that was very hard move to spot, that queen to c6 supports rook joining on f3. So in the game, more natural move by Marin was to take here a pawn on e5. Now f4, queen c6, rook e3. So of course we have to protect from these checks. And here in this position, actually knight f7 still holds actually a quite good draw for black. But rook to f5 was horrible blunder, and now Dmitrij plays really nice. He took the knight, and Marin was hoping that but I will get this bishop. But now very beautiful move by Dmitrij. You can try to pause the video and try to find the best move for white. So yes, in this position Dmitrij didn't play bishop to d8, which is also a good move, but he played even better move, bishop to f6. And now there's a huge problem. If we take, now this is we take a knight with a check, which is even better. So what to do? Marin played queen to d7, trying to go for some counter-attack. But now we just take a knight, queen d2. Looks like it's losing a rook, but also notice that white threatens this checkmate. King h1. Yes, here if black takes here, then unfortunately we again take, and this is again checkmate threat. So what to do here? So rook h2 g5 was played, but now just bishop takes, and looks like after rook to f2, black is threatening to checkmate, but here just simple bishop to f4 and white holds everything. But actually Dmitry played queen to e8 check, king h7, queen to h5 check, king goes back, and very elegantly he played a rook to e2, and in this position black resigned. So of course queen is under attack, so rook cannot take because black loses a queen. But what happens if queen takes? Okay, now I just take a queen, sorry, takes, and as you can see white is 2 pieces up and he's easily winning. So congratulations to Germany for European Teen Championship champion, and also very great game by Dmitrij Kollars. So guys, thank you for watching as always, and please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.